Ben is one of the most important people I've ever met in my life, and I can't stand the fact that he won't speak to us.
Will Friedle is giving an update on his estrangement with Ben Savage. On the February 24th episode of the Pod Meets World podcast, the Boy Meets World alum shares with podcast co-host Ryder Strong and Danielle Fishel where he stands with his on-screen brother Ben Savage years after Ben walked away from his real-life friendships with his co-stars.
Ben is one of the most important people I've ever met in my life, and I can't stand the fact that he won't speak to us.
I feel exactly the same way.
He won't speak to us.
Correct.
I can show you the last 3 years, literally, of messages, and in the middle of a conversation with Ben,
I wish
he
that
just
everybody
bailed on me.
And wish that everybody
No, Ben absolutely one day woke up and said, I don't want Will in my life, and never told me why.
E! News has reached out to Will and Ben's rep for comment, but has not yet heard back. And Will's update on the estrangement occurred during a tense episode of the podcast, as Danielle and guest Maitland Ward, who played Rachel on the show, rehashed more than a decade of bad blood.
I think that you hate me because you wouldn't speak to me on when we would go to Girl Meets World and everything. And that was hurtful. That was
okay. I wouldn't speak to you?
No.
I did talk to you.
No, not really. Not really. Unfriended me on Facebook.
I did not unfriend you on Facebook. I don't know. I truly don't know how that happened. I am not a Facebook person. I barely ever use Facebook. So when I heard that, I said, oh my gosh, did not know that. I then went into my Facebook page, saw that we were not friends, was like, didn't remember when we were friends on Facebook or when we were no longer friends on Facebook, found your message in like the graveyard of messages that your messages go to. And I then felt very bad. I felt like, oh man, you did send me a really nice message. You had said, congratulations on your engagement. Congratulations on Girl Meets World. It was very sweet. And so I said to Will, will you please ask Maitland if I could have her phone number so that I could apologize to her? And you wrote back to Will, no, let's just save it for the podcast. It'll be great for the ratings.
Back then, I thought the podcast was going to be like next week back then. It was that you guys were just going to start out. So I thought it was going to happen like right away.
Right away. Got it.
Back in 2023, Will shared with Variety that he told Ben he was, quote, gonna call you every day until you tell me not to call you anymore. That lasted about 3 weeks or a month every single day. Adding, I tried and tried and tried for months until finally my wife was like, why are you doing this to yourself? He obviously doesn't want you in his life.